Holy smokes, it is hot. So hot. We got a load of hay just loaded over here. We have an immediate problem. I cannot make the corner onto this yard. Hence why I'm driving through the field here. Happy bonus video. How are you guys doing? Let's do some off-roading. We are south of Creston. Who said I can't off-road? So because I can't make this corner, there's a small little deep ditch there, and there's no way I can make that corner. And I don't know what kind of debris and stuff would be down in there. I'm not willing to cut across the corner. It would put a lot of stress on the truck and trailer. Well, the trailer. It would twist the trailer like crazy. So I'm going to try this trick. I mean, I used this trick to get into the yard, so we're just going to reverse it. Now that I have a camera rolling, it'll be harder to back up. Get a little further over. Okay. Can't see if anyone's coming. Nobody coming on my side. Sure would be nice to have a passenger with right now. Oh, there is a van coming. Full speed. You see a big trailer backing up. Don't assume they can see you. Going to back up really slowly just in case I don't see someone. There, now there's a big wall across the road. There we go. Sometimes you gotta do it the hard way. Turn the four-way flashers off. Seatbelt back on. Hammer down. This load's going to Grand Forks. So I'm actually not sure how the week's going to turn out yet. Today is Wednesday. What did I show you guys on Monday? Oh yeah, Monday's video. If you guys heard about the forest fires near our place, Monday's video is about those forest fires. We drove through the smoke, and that's a pretty unique video. Pretty darn unique. So we'll be driving southbound through a Soyuz. And And then Tuesday's video, I can't remember Tuesday's video. How am I supposed to remember Tuesday's video? I think Tuesday's video is driving along Slocan Lake. Wednesday's video is driving in Montana between Knoxon and Thompson Falls on Highway 200, I think it is. Thursday's video is I-90 going from the top of, in Idaho, from the top of Lookout Pass to the top of 4th of July Pass. Friday's video is also a unique one. Had trouble at customs, so I took a different border, and there were the broker screwed up some paperwork, so I had some issues there. But that's basically, I crossed the border, well, actually right over here by Creston. What's a border crossing called again? Port Hill and Ryler, I think, or something like that. And I sat at customs almost a full 2 hours waiting for paperwork to be cleared out. But I delivered that load in Creston Home Hardware. I remember delivering the glue lamp to this building here across the street. Turned out to look like a pretty beautiful looking building. I can't see that road. Am I clear? Just slowly go forward. Looks clear to me. Hay. So allergic to the hay. Took an allergy pill earlier in the morning. I'm gonna have to take another one now. I'm speeding. Speed limit's only 60 here. There we go. That's better. Drinking so much water. I'm usually drinking 4 liters of water a day. Is that a good or bad? Is that enough water? Definitely 4 liters a day. I have a whole bunch of the 4-liter jugs of water in here to fill. Every night I fill up the jugs of water, or the little hand jugs, the cup-sized jugs. I fill those up every night, and every night I'm emptying 4-liter bottle of water. I think I might be over 4 liters today. All the cars parked on the shoulder here. I see a whole bunch of people that walk down to the river, and they're sunbathing, swimming, and some people are fishing a little further down. It seems to be the place that everybody brings their towels and goes swimming. Welcome to Creston. We're not really going to drive through Creston. We're kind of staying. Whoa, dude! A little close. staying on Highway 21 here. So we really bypassed the whole town. Oh, I am so stuffed up. I think it was a mistake shooting a video right after loading this, but hey, I wanted to show you guys off-roading. Shipper, the farmer, asked if I should go. He should go 3 high, and I'm like, "What do you normally do?" He goes 2 high. I'm like, "Well, why don't you go 3 high?" He goes, "I don't know. People never want 3 high." I'm like, "Why don't you throw a third one up there, and I'll measure how high it is." I'm like, "Okay, that's why nobody goes 3 high. It's over height. Go 2 high." I heard a new sound I've never heard before. What am I hearing? It's kind of on top of my... Maybe it's the tether for the roof cam. Maybe the roof cam tether is hitting the top of the sleeper somehow differently. Not the sleeper, top of the cab. That'd be my guess. That would make sense. Now it looks like they're fully into the second cutting of the grass, but the second cutting isn't looking all that promising. Alright, Highway 3, hammer down. Start climbing Kootenai Pass. Yeah, so today is Wednesday. I started the week on Sunday. Excuse me. So there's been talk of sending me home after this load. There's been talk of doing a different load between this one and the next one. I'm told that on Tuesday they want me at Klesnikov Mass Timber to load more glulam going up to Iskut, way up north again. Originally I was supposed to load a load tomorrow for Iskut, but they're going to put that load onto a Super B instead of a quad deck. mean they're wide panels, not long panels. So the shorter stuff can go on Super Bs, but the long stuff has to go on quad decks. Is that a combine harvesting? On the left-hand side coming up. There's that grain truck. And yeah, combine out in the field harvesting. What is that? Sorghum, maybe? I'd guess it's something like sorghum. I can't quite tell. But yeah, they're harvesting. Holy smokes, what happened to summer? Yeah, it's 37 degrees Celsius right now. It's hot. It's hot. Here's the old channel. That used to turn all this marshland into farmland. I was talking about it on upcoming Friday's video, how the settlers came in here and turned all this marshland into farmland by digging channels and pumping the water out. But they've returned a lot of it back into marshland. They should really return more of it back into marshland to help all the birds and bees and insects. I guess bees are insects. Turns out, draining the swamp is not good for the environment. Radio on. Yeah, these hay bales are pretty darn dry, so I'm not heavy. Not heavy. Lightest load I've had in a good long while. To actually slow down a bit for these corners. That's how light I am. Normally when you're climbing these hills, you're full throttle. Excuse me. GPS says I will arrive in 2.5 hours. My E-log says I have 3.5 hours. So should be able to deliver this today, but then I'll be completely out of hours by the time we're unloaded. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really stuffed up. 5 p.m. now. So 7:30 p.m. That's not too late for the farmer. Farmers unloaded me much later. Yeah, I don't know. I should just shut up and let you guys enjoy the ride. Yeah, at the speed we're going, we might catch up with other big trucks. We'll see. I guess I didn't think of the fact the rear-facing cam is kind of useless climbing Kootenai Pass. Hopefully it was hopefully there were some nice shots in the bottom of the valley there, but probably still put a clip here and there of the reverse cam, but okay, we're halfway to needing to do a load secure. I don't think I'll make it to the summit before I legally have to stop and check on my load. Little chunks of hay flying off the load. Spreading the love. Spreading hay all over the highway. Just little bits and pieces, but it'll make it to the summit. It'll be very, very close to exactly the 80 kilometer mark. Because now that we passed that rest area, Garmin has updated the next rest area, which is the top of the mountain, and it's actually going to be 82 kilometers in total to the top. Legally, I have to stop at 80 kilometers. I'm sure the 2 kilometers CVSE would be okay with. We'll just hammer down all the way to the top. Do a brake check and go load secure, and then honestly we're legally good for the rest of this trip. Because after that you have to check your load every 240 kilometers. You guys are thinking miles? The first load secure has to be done at 50 miles. All the rest of the load secures have to be done every 150 miles. Or 3 hours, I think. If you're driving slow enough that you can't get 150 miles in 3 hours, you got to stop and do a check every 3 hours. Is it 2.5 hours? 3 hours. I think that might be 2. I can't remember. I usually need to pull over and water a tire before that number anyway, so. In BC, I don't track it very close because there's so many brake checks, at least along Highway 3, that you never really have to worry about that number. But running in the US or in the prairies, you've got to track that number. Make sure you do your legal stops. Having said that, you'll never get a ticket for not doing a load secure. It's just not something that DOT and CVSE go after. But if all of a sudden you're involved in an accident and you didn't do your load secure and your load has been unloaded in the ditch or over the highway somewhere, then you're going to get a good hefty fine or jail time, depending on how bad the other vehicle is. So, just do your load secure checks. Running reefers or dry vans, what are you checking? Just make sure that you don't have any flat tires, you don't have any lights out, you don't have the rear doors swinging open. I've seen that once. The rear door is just wide open, swinging around. Pull over, just take a quick look, stretch your legs. When I saw the guy swing with his door swinging open, he was going the opposite direction I was, and I immediately got on the phone because I saw a CVSE officer a little bit down the road, and I'm like, that's not safe. That door is going to swing into oncoming traffic and just wipe someone out. So I talked to the CVSE officer, and he says, thank you, I'll be looking out for him. It's like, I don't want the guy to get in trouble. I just want the guy not to kill someone. That's kind of where I draw the line. If you're driving and something is dumb and whatever, I don't care. You do you until you're doing something that's endangering other people. If what you're doing is likely going to end up in someone's death or high chance of, in that case I'm calling DOT and giving them a heads up. I've only done that 2 or 3 times in the last 5 years, but climb here. We're down to 70 kilometers an hour. Nothing like the load I had on before this though. Actually the one before this and the last 3 loads have been extremely heavy. When I climbed Kootenai Pass with the load that went to Bozeman, Montana, I was doing 20 kilometers an hour with just the quad deck. That's the speed Super Bs do, but those Super Bs also have more horsepower than I have. I mean, not all of them, but most of them have more horses, at least in our company. construction up here this week. I mean, I see equipment, but earlier in the week when I came this way, I didn't see any. Any blasting, that is. Going fast enough that nobody's catching up with us? Has anyone passed us at all? I don't think so. Down to 65 kilometers an hour. Higher elevation we get, the cooler it gets too. 29 degrees Celsius up here. I guess we're still 30 kilometers from the top, so I think I'll call it a day here. Not make this an extremely long video. It's the weekend after all, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see longer videos, I'm making longer videos now, much longer videos on Sleep with a Trucker. That channel is it's still under construction. I don't have the proper backgrounds and stuff. I have some awesome ideas for new backgrounds and for new intros. I'm just using the same intro I'm using here, but I'm going to use a different intro for those. Eventually, I have some great ideas. It just means a lot of animating, it means a lot of work. It means a lot of work. But I have ideas. So, for now, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Really appreciate it. It says 26 kilometers, but isn't this the chain up over here for the last little climb? Yeah, I don't know why it says 26 kilometers. There's no way we have that long to go. Never mind, we're just going to go to the top. Take it back, we're going to the top. We're like almost there. Making a longer video anyway. And we're slowing down. 60 kilometers. Four-way flashers are on. Here comes our first car that's going to pass us. 55 kilometers. 50 kilometers. 48. And this was a light load. 44. 41. 40 kilometers. Yeah, this is where they were doing all the blasting. It looks like, I guess, they're done over here. I think they'll put up a barrier though. Sure made the road rough. All the heavy equipment and the big rocks blasting and falling onto the road. Hope you guys plan on resurfacing that a little bit. Looks like 40 was our low point. We're slowly climbing. We're up back to 43. like that barrier that we just saw there. I think they're going to put a barrier like that. And over here, you kind of see where they painted the ground. I think they're going to put a barrier over here like that too. That way when avalanches are coming down, they kind of have a spot to stop. Up to 48 kilometers an hour. Really giving her now, aren't we? There, right to the top. White car was just playing waka 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 there. Still waka waka back there. Guess they couldn't just pick a lane. All right, we're to the top. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate you guys. You guys absolutely rock. I did that wrong. See, I have to go. And I am out of here. See you guys. See, that's not my normal thing either. Okay, I'm out of here. Yeah, there we go. I'm out of here. You guys rock.